Lipstick makes it better. How are you guys doing? It's RN to CEO. Yeah, don't get it twisted. It's Sharon. I'm here. Listen, we broke up, but baby, I got news for you. And I have to tell you how YouTube made it right. So I want to share a few things with you. You know, it happens in life, love, relationships, children, on the job, people. It doesn't last forever. But sometimes when you break up, they say break up to make up. So we're going to talk a little bit about it, in this live. Thank you so much. It's been a while. It's been a while, guys. Thank you for coming in. Double tap the screen. No, all you're going to do is look at my beautiful face because I'm going to tell you right now. I haven't done my 10:05 lives in a while, but I want to talk a little bit about when you break up, and sometimes, from a broken heart, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's with your money, whether it's with family, whether it's with siblings. Oh my goodness, we've been there. And sometimes our hearts have been broken, not intentionally, because life happens, right? And all we have are the memories. And so I want to talk about that and share some gems. My breakup story has to do here with YouTube, because I'm going to tell you right now, all these misconceptions that I had, all the things, as we would say, the shiny objects. Oh my God, I'm here on YouTube. I'm just going to come and conquer this thing. I'm just going to come and do my lives, do my videos. Actually, I always thought I was going to do my videos. I was going to edit the heck out of them. I was going to share all the stuff, uh, you know, all the travel, all the things that I thought that I was going to do. And it didn't happen like that. And so, yeah, your heart can be a little bit broken from it, but you can't afford it. I'm going to say that this early enough. You can't afford for what happens with this YouTube journey as a content creator. You can't afford for that to, like I said, break your heart, because all the misconceptions, everything that you've been through, I've been there, done that, you know, it really does affect you. And so I've just decided to forget about the shiny object syndrome. I'm just gonna just move at a different level. So if you're coming in, say hello. Say hello. What's going on? Welcome on in. I really appreciate you for being here and listening in, because I'm taking this all to the next level. So, my YouTube journey and why I want to share it with some people, because I believe that it's so important that I do that. I feel like I'm running in the woods right now, guys. I just need for you to hang with me for a second. So, when it started to happen, that I saw that my YouTube journey and my YouTube dreams started to shatter, my heart was broken. Yeah, in a way. All right, so maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic, but the misconceptions that I had about YouTube was just like, you know what? Enough of it. Enough. So if you're here hanging with me, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Aisa, thank you for being here. Let me know where in the world you are. I need to, it would be great just to connect with some of you on a global level. So, yeah, I want to tell you more about my YouTube journey, and I'd love to hear about your YouTube journey. So, someone a few days ago, they asked, why did you start your YouTube channel? And my thing was this, my brand. It's my brand. I've had other channels that I used in a different way, but The big thing about it was like, hey, let me just capture this digital real estate and just plunk down my RN to CEO on that, on it. And then I did videos that, for coaching that my clients could see, unlisted videos. And so I left it at that. But then I got into really having a YouTube channel. I wanted to know, what would it look like? What would it look like to have a YouTube channel? What would that look like? Having a channel that would actually grow, that would actually have a community and people that would comment. But I also wanted people who would come back to the channel. And my thought was like, how do you do that? Because I would go on other channels, the bigger channels. They have the Think Media, the Mr. Beast, and you have all these bigger medias, and people are watching them. But I'm like, who is reading this stuff? Because they're getting thousands and thousands of people commenting on their videos. So who is watching their videos? Who's responding? More than likely, they have a, what do you call it? They may have an assistant or a virtual assistant that would do that for them. So that was my big question when it came to having a YouTube channel. And I wanted people who would come back, because many times, many of you who are here, you said, oh my gosh, she broke up. What is going on? We are here for the tea, darlings. Darlings, I will give you the tea. But let me tell you about my relationship with YouTube. And so I came here thinking that, all right, maybe I don't matter. Maybe I'm just a drop in the bucket. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes to have. When you have a YouTube channel, if you think that you will not make an impact or make a difference in the lives of people or to make this world a better place, then we are underestimating ourselves, because we think this, oh, I have this little YouTube channel. Oh, there are just too many other folks who are big in YouTube, and I will never be like them. I will never be a Mr. Beast. I will never be this. And we're comparing ourselves to someone that has been in the game for a long time. You can't compare your now with someone who has started in this game and they've really put their shoulder to the wheel. And so many times, too, we have to really think about it like, I can't compare with them. They started. So, yes, there might be people who might have had a YouTube channel and it didn't work out the way that they thought it would. And yes, it could have been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. But now all we have is now. So just think about it. All you have is now at this time. Snap back. Hey, welcome on in. Thank you so much. I'm doing this like a podcast, and when I usually do, my eyes are closed, but I will open in a bit, and I can see, because I just talk off the top of my head like that. But thank you guys for being here. And so with my the expectations I had on YouTube, I more than likely came here with no expectations, because I just thought that I would be just a little drop in the bucket. I will just continue doing my unlisted videos and post them on other platforms where people can see them, so forth and so on. So that was my thought. And then I'm saying, how can I make an impact? And so months ago, I was watching a video by one of my favorite creators, and I got to go back over there because I took off the month of August, guys. That's our family and vacation month. And then June, July, had some traveling and stuff doing. So it's been a pretty busy summer. And I was watching, actually, it's Vibing with VC. If y'all know VC, Vibing with VC, and her sister Casey. So there's VC and Casey, and then they were talking about, being in a community. And that's what I found out with YouTube, that community is important. And the community was Nemo 504. And I went over there, and the rest is history. The rest is history. And I bumped into a community of different amazing people. So, coming onto YouTube, if you're a new YouTuber or you've been here for a while, my thing is this: find yourself a community where people are supporting each other. Because I'm telling you, those dreams and those broken dreams, you can be like, oh my God, it just broke my heart. Like, it's not what I expected, it's not what I thought. Right. And so, those dreams and the expectations I had of YouTube, we had to part ways. I had unrealistic expectations. I first came in with no expectations. Then I came into a community, meeting amazing people, feeling the groove of this thing, and like, oh, we're going, 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 and then, like, what is going on? So YouTube for me turned out to be more of a challenge. Yeah, because sometimes too, you see all these videos. Oh, I got 1,000 subscribers in a week, and I made my 4,000 watch hours, and you're watching all these gurus, and you're jumping from person to person to person. And tonight, I'm still gonna want to drop some gems on what I learned after I broke up with my unrealistic expectations off being a YouTuber or being a content creator. And I must say, big up to all the content creators, those who are in the trenches, the ones who are doing the work, the ones who are figuring it out that it's not perfect. Being a content creator is not perfect. And you're going to have some hits and you're going to have some misses, right? But they are willing to roll with the punches, as we would say. However, sometimes you do need to take a pause. If you haven't seen my latest video when I'm talking about the joyful, powerful pause, right? Sometimes you just need to take a pause and it is okay. You may have to step away for a little bit, but let me tell you something, baby, about the algorithm here. The algorithm doesn't really care about you taking your breaks. On my recent live, I spoke about, does YouTube really care or they don't care? I don't even know if they were going to push the video out there. YouTube doesn't really care about the aesthetics. They know they really want the engagement on their platform. They pretty much probably want you guys to see my face because that's how, the facial recognition and the algorithm and what you say, all of those things, it matters to them. YouTube is a business. So if you have unrealistic expectations like I did, baby, we broke up. Baby, it was over. I'm telling you, it was just like, listen, yes. Yes, find a community and grow with that community and stop having these unrealistic expectations. And let me tell you how YouTube humbled me. Baby, that is the next topic. That's going to be the next thing I'm going to talk about, how YouTube humbled me. And it's like, stop playing in my face, YouTube. Stop playing with me. And I'm just like, this thing is an entity. It is this thing. But it's the people who make YouTube what it is. And so that's why we watch others, we watch other content creators. Okay? Why? And so one of the first questions you will ask yourself, if you are starting a new channel, why are you doing it anyway? I came in with unrealistic expectations. It was just to conquer the digital real estate and to plunk down my brand. That was it. I was like, okay, Orange CEO, let's do that, right? Did that, left the stuff up there, did some videos, wasn't clear on my niche. So why are you doing it? What is the difference it's going to make? And do you have a niche? There's some channels that do. I know, yes, my channel is supposed to be talking about nursing, and actually those videos, they do better. The travel videos, my nursing videos, the lifestyle videos, they actually do better, right? But I'm so much of the inspirational, motivational, the success, the abundance, the gratitude. That's the type of person I weave that into everything that I do. And so I really feel comfortable in that zone. Yes, I'm going to talk to my nurses. There are some videos here on my playlist. You will see some videos for nursing, like nursing is in big trouble and healthcare. And that is something that we should all be aware of. So if you're starting your YouTube channel, what am I here to do? Am I here to entertain or am I here to educate? All right. So I wanted to entertain and educate. But also, yes, we have to watch each other's content. And it's not just about me. It's not just about me wanting folks to watch me. But let me tell you something, coach. One of the great things about YouTube is this, that to me it's like a smorgasbord, they would say. Oh my God, all these people, all these amazing people who are presenting different things, and they are different because if we were all the same, then it would be so boring. But it's nice to be on other people's channel. And when I really do like it, I consume it. I'm one of those people, I'm like, oh my God, I spend more time consuming than I do watching. But because YouTube is just so super amazing, and I'm sure, do they have billions of channels? I guess we can Google it and see how many channels there are. But then you're going to find a community of people. You are going to attract who you are. So, who am I attracting in my community? You're attracting who you are, and it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. So if you're starting this new channel or you're thinking about it, because a few of us are thinking about the second channel, I'm still trying to figure it out with the first channel. I am going to tell you, YouTube is a tough nut to crack. Okay? It's not just easy coming over here because all the gurus will tell you, do this, do that, do it. Questions to ask yourself, why are you doing your channel? What difference is it going to make? Is it going to make an impact in the lives of other people? Reason being, when the going gets tough, and those 365 days start falling off with those other videos, and you start losing hours, even if you're losing 21 hours, if you're losing 10, 15, 30, 40, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's what's been happening to me. My stuff start rolling off, and I knew towards the ending of June and July, and definitely August, that I was going to lose hours. I've lost hours like crazy. This much to the 4,000 hours. All right. So I'm always very clear about that. I am always transparent because we will work hard, and then you lose it. You lose the momentum. So when you start to lose the momentum, and I'm talking about we broke up, but YouTube made it right because YouTube humbled me, baby. Oh my gosh. You live long enough, you will be humbled by life. And so when I could have thrown in the towel and say, that's it, you know what, YouTube, keep your 4,000 hours. I'm going over to LinkedIn because LinkedIn is my jam. Right? LinkedIn is where I can go, be seen, and get some speaking engagements or whatever. It's bigger fish to fry. But then there was something that kept drawing me back to YouTube. I'm like, I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to leave it. Right? I'm not going to leave YouTube because I love it. I love watching a coach snapback, right? Snapback coach. She will sing, she will dance, she'll wear her glasses. She welcomes you in when you come into her live. Guys, thank you for coming in. Double tap the screen when I do audio like this. I'm not really looking at it. Sometimes I just open my eyes and then I look because I just talk. It's like I'm doing radio. So I just go off the top of my head. I really appreciate you being here. Yes, we spoke about having a community. Hey, Philippines, Magandang Gabi. It's night for me, but it might be Magandang Umaga where you are. Yeah, the Filipina is in the house. Yes, I lost, oh God, hundreds of hours. I'm not ashamed to say it because what happened with those videos when I did They had, I think, the Olympics. I did some stuff on the Olympics. I did some stuff when I went to Dominica, and those videos ran over 1K, believe it or not. So they started to fall off. So every 365, I could wake up and I would see myself lose 30 hours. Trust. And I'm like, okay, then they're holding on to the hours. So now every 7 days, Monday I woke up and I probably got 15 or 17 out of 49 or 60 something hours. So I don't know how they're doing it. So after a while, every 364, 365 days, they're going to roll off. So I had to go back to my why, because remember, we broke up. I'm just like, you know what? I've had enough of you. I'm leaving you, YouTube. That's it. That's what's in my mind. I was planning my exit strategy. Yes, darlings, I was planning my exit strategy right here on YouTube. How I'm going to leave, I'm going to bounce, I'm going somewhere else. But YouTube humbled me because I was drawn back and I said, okay, I'll watch other people's content even more because sometimes I'm driving. So I will be listening to content. How do I listen to content? Now, the thing is this. YouTube want to see you watching other people's stuff. They watch all of that in the algorithm. And so if you have a channel that's active, right, they want to see that. And you go in and you comment and you give a thumbs up. So I might be driving, I might be doing something, I might be in the airport. I have a busy life outside of YouTube that I really don't document. So sometimes I will be listening to people while other things are going on. So how do you support other people while you're being supported? I'm doing the dishes. If I'm taking a shower, I'm going to put it on the speakers. I got the surround sound. If I'm doing laundry and if I'm folding my towels, I like to fold my towels like fancy, like how they do it at the hotels. So I could have a bunch of towels that I'm folding and I'm doing this to make them look cute and all sorts of stuff. But I find ways to keep busy and then I can listen to other folks. And so for me, I was drawn back after thinking that I had a bad breakup. Yeah, guys, I had a bad breakup with YouTube. Ticked off, don't care anymore, not making videos. And then something happened. Drop a one if you want to know what happened with this bad breakup, because I was on my way out. I had my exit strategy. I was packing my stuff and I was like, see ya, hasta luego, arrivederci, ciao, sigue. That's, what's the other one? How you say, das vidania. I was out, me gone, see you, me I turn my back, no, me just gone. All of that stuff. Ta-ta, chidio, all of that stuff, okay? You guys get what I'm saying. I was about to leave. And so this breakup, y'all, this breakup was bad. Yeah, it was a bad one because I started calling YouTube every name. And I had to say, Lord, have mercy, because this thing cannot afford to take me over. But I'm packing my bags and I'm leaving. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to set up shop over there on LinkedIn or somewhere else. And that's it. But then after the breakup, guess what happened? I got a text one day, and the text was a long text and it was an encouraging text. And the person said, hey, I don't see you. And, I'm watching your playlist and I miss you. I hope everything is okay. But I just want to encourage you to keep going. And I was like, oh my goodness. So sometimes when you think that you're going to just tiptoe out and exit stage left, there's somebody holding the space for you. And remember what I said, having a community is amazing, right? So yeah, coach, let me tell you about so I was just packing my bags. I'm leaving. Enough of you, YouTube. Y'all stay over here. I'll just come and watch stuff. I'll probably watch it on my other channel, but I ain't doing nothing with them because I'm doing all of this. And I just keep losing hours and all kind of crazy stuff. And I said, I don't need any more crazy in my life. Enough is enough. But then I got the text. And and then on one of my videos, because see, this is the beautiful thing about having a community. They're not going to leave you. If they don't see you, they're going to check in. Then I got another video. I got another one, and someone else reached out to me. And then another video popped up. Don't quit. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm trying to leave, and y'all over here sending me messages and encouraging me. Oh my goodness. Big up and shout out to Lyrics by Nitya, who definitely made sure she was like, listen, she encouraged me. She was the one, Wisdom Sparks Motivation. Her video kept popping up, and I saw the video and I said, oh, it didn't look like one of her regular videos because they had the YouTube thing. And I said, the video popped up again. And I was like, oh my God. And I clicked on it, and it was Wisdom Sparks Motivation. Just really supporting a sister, supporting me and telling me like to keep going, right? And then what I started to do, and this was one of the things, guys, thank you for coming in, double tap the screen, because we're talking about the bad breakup here, but I am about to tell you how YouTube made it right, honey. Yes, we had a breakup, and YouTube was just like, listen, it's like that. When you're watching television and they'll say, it's like that lover that, oh, it's not good for you, but baby, oh, it's after 10 here, so we can talk, right? But baby, there is just something that was like, just keep me coming back for more. You're leaving on that midnight train to Georgia, woo woo, going back to find. All right, I can't sing, but a simple place and time. That was me. I was leaving on that midnight train. Yeah, I was like, I'm leaving YouTube. And then people were texting me, encouraging me. And that's the thing about community, because they started, once you connect with people, there was a form of connection that they were like, oh, here's my little channel, because I'm thinking my little channel. And people were missing my 10:05, dropping the gems. And but I was silently watching. I was watching everybody else being inspired, doing a lot of walking. I remember one evening I was listening to you, Snapback Coach, and you were so encouraging. And I was walking a lot. I would just go in the evenings, even when it was very cold, I would walk. And also emotionally and mentally, especially when you have other things going on in your life. And for me, these walks were getting, I wouldn't say they're getting ridiculous, but I was walking 8 miles. I would just walk, walk, walk. Even when it was 30 something degrees, I would walk, and then I come back and I'm listening in. But also my soul was being fed, right? And what I found in the community here on YouTube, the community, it's that, like we said, we're so different. We are not boring, but there's sometimes too, you just need to listen. You don't have to talk all the time, because I can be a chatterbox. But when I listened, and the people that I'm choosing to listen to them and take in what they have to say was soothing, and it was healing for me. So I don't know what your YouTube journey has been like. If you felt like you were going through a bad breakup with YouTube, because there are many people that we started with, many people that we saw, and they're no longer here because they're like, I can't figure this stuff out. And I want to take this time to thank all those amazing people. And then now I can feel when they are weaning, when they are pulling back. And I'm like, I got to find emails. I got to find ways. I still go and I watch and support. Because remember, you attract who you are. So there are different times that there are people who are going to be going through what you have experienced. There are going to be people who feel as if they are going to throw in the towel, right? Allison, hey, right? You'll feel as if you are going to throw in the towel because I don't understand this YouTube thing. And so the breakup was bad, Allison, girl. Yeah, girl, I was packing my bags and leaving on the midnight train to Georgia. I was being like Gladys, baby. I was packing, I was leaving YouTube. That's my truth. But YouTube humbled me. And I love you guys. And I'm like, I cannot leave my Allison who's having lunch, sitting in her car and just chatting with us, right? And I found what I found here is that without really realizing it, I tapped into a community of amazing people, people that I've never met. And for many years, having done radio for so many years, there are people who when my show was on, they would call me. I knew their voices. I knew what was going on in their lives because they would tell you. I did night radio for a while, guys, more than 20 years. Yeah. I mean, total 20 something years, but I think I started night radio. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 2006 or something like that. Oh gosh, yeah. I did it for a minute, 2006, 7 to 27, over 10 years. And so I built a community that way that when they didn't hear from me, the stations would get calls or I would get emails and different things like that. Because there was something is when you are part of a community, it's a lifeline. So what this has taught me or reminded me, Els Endeavor, hey, how are you? Yeah, we're doing 20 plus years. Yeah. I started radio in 94, 93, 94, guys. Been doing that for a minute. One day I'll tell you guys the full story. Um, and I just made a decision to raise my family and I turned down some offers. So it's been a minute, right? Hey, Regina. Hey, everybody. Oh, my guys, you guys are up late. This was my original slot, Regina. I used to do 10:05 p.m. and I would do it for an hour. But then tonight I decided to do a radio podcast. If some of you guys are familiar with Clubhouse, that's how I would do a lot of that over there. And I said, let me come back and do it that way because I'm really thank you, Els. Yes. And you guys have been supportive. Oh my God. Els was always in there. Mary Jane. Oh my goodness. Those were my girls every night. I would be up here. I Cherish Church. They would all come in and just totally support. Allison is in the house. And so, guys, yeah, yes. And so if you're all just coming in, I am just telling my truth. I am confessing that I had a bad breakup. I was packing my bags and I was like, choo choo. I was out. I was like, I'm going to set up shop over in LinkedIn because I've had enough of this YouTube thing. And then people started to reach out to me, sending me love. But also, there were other things that was happening. And I will say this, guys. One of the things that I've learned going through this breakup with YouTube, and I don't even if YouTube know that we had a breakup or we had a relationship or whatever was going on. I don't even know if YouTube knows. But baby, one of the things that I learned from all of this is to extend grace to others. You don't know what other people are going through. And I'm one of those people. Have you ever seen people on Facebook or one of these platforms and they'll just say a prayer for me, just pray for me. And whenever, if I'm scrolling by, I stop and I will say a prayer. And I say, God, whatever is going, there's some people say no questions, but just say a prayer for me. And I would stop, I put my hands over the phone and I will say a prayer. I'm going to tell you why that is important, guys. I've had a few times in my life that I'm and I don't show a lot of emotion. I used to be so very controlled. I mean, you guys see me out there walking. I got a bandana on my head looking like that. No, I was very, about my brand, on my look. It was so very controlled. YouTube got me a hot mess out there, looking messy. But actually, I've gotten opportunities from YouTube, just being myself, believe it or not. And so, yeah, when I saw that prayer, and then last year, end of June, July, something that was almost fatal, it was very tragic, that happened to one of my grandbabies. And so, every year when you're going through, they say anniversaries when things have happened. And it was a very tough time for our family and having to live through that. And then really started paying attention to YouTube, October on my birthday or sometime. And it was just a lot going on. So coming into this year, that's why one of the things that kind of kept me quiet. But I'm, like I said, I'm thankful, and my grandson is fine, running all over the place. Just got his new haircut, and I have two grandbabies, and so I'm grateful and I'm thankful for God at that time, I had a community of people. It was different. It was new, and even when I slow down a little bit, some of you saw me in Jamaica on the medical missions. That's pretty much my life, doing all of those things. And I'm not just making it about me, but I'm just saying sometimes people are going through, and we have to learn to extend grace to them. Allow people to breathe for a bit. Allow them to breathe, because you don't know what that person is going through, what trauma or what might have happened, right? We don't know what might have happened in their lives. Thank you, Regina. I am so glad. Yes, that my grandbaby is fine, that he's alive. And that's why I do not take anything for granted, because every moment. And so I ended up being one of those people on Facebook, because I only have private friends there. And I said, guys, I just need you all to say a prayer, because my daughter had called me and she said, Mommy, ask your friends to pray. She said, just ask them to pray. And that's all I could do. I text a few people. And at the time, I put up a picture of him, and then I had to pull it down because this was pretty big what was happening. And I said, guys, I just need your prayers at this time. And then out of nowhere, my the thread just went boop, 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 prayer. We don't know what's going on, Sharon, but we're praying for you. And I needed those prayers. My daughter needed, his parents needed those prayers. We all needed them at the time. And so that's why I'm saying sometimes you don't know a person's journey. You don't know what they have gone through. Maybe it's the anniversary of the passing of a loved one, or something that might have happened in their lives, and they just had to take a breather. They just step back from the community. And when we can reach out, just send love, because you don't know. We may look fine, because many times like I said, I've controlled my image for how many years, how I look, how I this and that, because that was my brand. And as soon as I get a lady of a certain age, I was just like, hey, it is what it is, right? And yeah, but I'm thankful and I'm grateful. So this community to me it means a lot. And it reminded me of the years of being on radio, people that I've never met. And sometimes when you would meet them, they act like they know you. Like they'll just pick up a conversation, something, an interview you might have done or something, and you could just only hope that they're not cray cray, because that happens too. Yeah. And I think putting ourselves out there, that's a whole nother thing, guys. Oh gosh, it's a whole nother thing, but we pray for protection, guidance, and have God cover us. So yeah, it was kind of hard to leave, It was just kind of hard to leave, and decided to stay. And I said, you know what? I figured this thing out. At least I thought so. And I spoke a little bit about it on my live. Thank you guys for coming in. Double tap the screen. Really appreciate you. This is podcast style. I think I'll do more of it. Reminded me of my clubhouse days. But it's just like I said, we don't know what others are going through. Continue doing your content, because there's so much negativity in the world right now, and a lot of mental health things going on. We all have our issues, so I'm not out here pointing fingers. I'm not going to point my fingers at anybody, because you point one and all four, they're saying pointing back at you. So, we have our moments. We have our moments. But wherever you can feed your soul, wherever you can feed yourself down to the cellular level, whatever you open yourself up to, be mindful of that, because it affects everything in your life. So I really appreciate you all being here. I'm thankful and grateful for every person. I know it's kind of late and you have to go back. You have to go to bed or get things ready for the next day. And you chose to spend these few minutes with me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to shut it down in a bit, because I am going to roll it for the 1 hour. So it's another 19 minutes. So if you have to go, I get it. I understand. Really appreciate those who were here. Els, thank you, Els. Let's see who else. Let's look now. I think I'm getting a hot flash. My God. Regina, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see who else is here. That's why I give people space. Yeah. Good night. Good night. Thank you, Snapback. Yes. Yeah, you got to give people their space. Allow them to breathe. Allow them to go through whatever it is that they might have or they might be experiencing, because you just don't know. Like I said, it could be the anniversary of something, or they're just trying to figure it out, but they need their space. But checking into is pretty amazing. And so I take none of it for for granted. So the big question is, after we broke up, did I come back? Did I come back like that lover that is just like, baby, help me? I'm just talking, guys. I watch too many of these housewives thing. Am I just coming back like I unpacked my bags, boo boo, because I was going on the midnight train to Georgia, leaving on the midnight train, choo choo, going back to find a simple place and time. Mm-mm. Oh, leaving. I love me some Gladys Knight. Oh my God, love her. She just has that one of a kind voice. I'd rather be in his world. Baby, I'm singing. Oh, YouTube just put one on me that I'm even singing the song. I'd rather what? Be in his world than live in his world without mine. YouTube, I rebuke the blood of Jesus. YouTube put it on all of us over here. Baby, just do your thing. Do your thing. Meet amazing people. Listen to what they have to do. Don't be sitting over here like me talking about the midnight train to Georgia, because I had nobody watching my stuff, and I was ticked off too. I was like, I've had these videos that have been stuck in my phone for months. I spent hours getting rid of the videos. I deleted some stuff. I finally sat down and learned how to use the external hard drive that's acting up, and the other thing that's I was able to put them on, and I put my video out, and I don't even know if I had 40 views on it, because I'm like, oh, I'm going to put my face on it. I'm going to talk about the joyful, powerful pause. And nobody wanted to see that. I was like, nobody wants it. Nobody wants to hear anything. But then I looked at the comments. And people were just like, hey, it's a beautiful video. I was actually sitting by a lake, and it's one of the places that I go when I want that peace and I want that calmness in my life. And it does that. And I just turned on the camera. There was some other stuff that I said I was going to edit, and I was like, oh, it's not flowing because somebody else was playing music. You're at the park there, but, folks were doing whatever. And I said, you know what? That has been there since June. Believe it or not, guys, I've done that a long time ago. And I went into the phone. I even had some stuff during the winter months. So I may have to edit those. I'm going to edit those and then put them back up because I was going to delete them. And I said, no, there's some nice stuff that I've done. But I think the whole process of this is just a learning experience. It's about people. It's not just us getting stuck in the algorithm. We are the algorithm. And we can be inspired, by others. And that video, my recent video, the what is it, joyful, powerful pause. More people are watching that video. It percentage wise, when I decided to look at the analytics, I said, oh my God, people are watching more than 50% of it. They're watching 50, and then I'm getting the thumbs up from YouTube. So what I've learned is this: leave your videos alone, because let's say something were to happen and a particular subject starts to go viral, people are going to come and look for your videos. So the gem in this is that people will come looking for your videos. So it may not be popular now, right? And excuse me as I pull back my suitcase in, because I just I'm back home with YouTube. We're making up. Make up. What do you break up to make up? All of that stuff, right? So, yeah, so what I'm learning is this. And another gem that I want to share, someone said, when you're coming on YouTube and you're following all of these gurus, he said, focus on one. Focus on one and see how they do things, because sometimes you're listening to 5, 6, 7 different people, and you can listen to different people, get a little something from it, get a little something from them, but really focus on one. And he said, if you were to start a YouTube channel now, what would you do? He said, plan out your video, plan out your thumbnail, your title, how you're going to land things, how you're going to, your intro, how you're going to do that, and focus on those things. And I'm like, oh my God, that is such a great idea. That's such a great idea. So Lucy Liz, hey, how are you, Liz? Great to see you. Thank you for stopping in. I'm leaving the phone here. I go back to catch up. Oh, thank you, Liz. I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Els. Yeah, if I'm coming back, yes, I'm coming back to find a simpler place and time. Oh, we're leaving. Yeah, I had to get an external hard drive too. Yeah, and I messed that up because I was switching it from computer to computer. I don't know. I thought I was Superwoman. So, and that's why, because I have one of the things that I learned to do many years ago from having, yeah, guys, I'm telling y'all all my business. Had a cable show, and I have certifications in radio, mostly television production, because radio I was already doing, but I wanted to conquer the production side of it. And that's where the money is. It's in the editing and the production. But right now, thank God, we have all these different AI thingies, these different apps that can edit for you, or you could just throw your videos into your CapCut or whatever, and it will do the editing. I still like old school editing. and I may get back to it. But I already have the vision of my future videos. And I think I really needed to learn this because my expectations, and for those of you coming in, why I broke up with YouTube, I had unrealistic expectations. I thought I would just come in and I would edit my videos and so forth. If you look at my playlist, you will see some videos where we did in Dominica, and with hardly anything that I had, I edit those videos and I put it together to tell the story in just about 4 minutes of us, a day in Dominica or whatever we did. So that just took a little time. And while I'm doing that, I'm telling the story. I want to be able to tell the story in my head for it to make sense. And so somebody was watching my videos and he was like, Sharon, I noticed people attention span is about 4 minutes, which is true. Their attention span. And so not everybody will be like me who will go and binge on a video. But my thing is this, for people who come on, I feel like, I feel a responsibility, whether it's I always say 8 to 24 minutes. And that's why I just don't check on people and click on them and say, oh, yeah, yeah, not gonna. I have to go and watch. I choose to go and watch their videos because I know every minute counts. And really, I like them. I subscribe, but I want to watch one of their videos at least 5 to 8 minutes, right? And sometimes to get the gist of it, I just don't watch shorts. I will go and I watch your videos because if you spend time with me, I'm honored. I'm thinking of it. I'm like, oh my God, somebody could have been doing something else, but they spend time on my videos. So I go back and I watch their videos and sometimes I'll do the timestamp on it, right? Because they chose to show up for me whether they choose to watch the whole thing or not, but I'm going to come. And then that's how I really end up liking a lot of people because I'm like, oh, I like this content. And the great thing is after, and it is so true because Lashana talks about it. Lashana Success System. She talks about, like when the live is done, just come back and if you can and you remember, just say something. Make an effort to do that because once again, I will be able to just jump from there when I see somebody. I'm saying, oh, wow, they watch some stuff, and I go over. Okay, so I have my list of top 27 people. Why 27? Because the little journal I have on the front page, it's 27. But when I go over it, I'm like, oh my God, it flows over more. But I am, and they will just pop up and okay, those are the people that I'm going to watch. And not only that, I'm not saying it because they watch my stuff, so I'm watching their stuff. It's not tit for tat. It's not really that. If you have something content I really like it, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna watch your content. And I'm especially the ones that I can listen to that I don't have to all the time. There's certain people, certain things I need to look at. I know Cassie Kitchen Creations with a K. Cassie Kitchen Creations with a K and then an S. She just did the pancakes. So I want to take my time to really watch that, the vegan pancakes, because the last time I was making pancakes with the grandbabies, I was just freestyling and every batch was different. And I'm like, oh, maybe if I could just really follow a recipe. So I'm excited for that. And I saw that video was a little bit longer, so I'm going to be all up in the video. So, Cassie, if you see this, thank you for that because with the bad allergies for the grandson, the big one, we have to be extra careful with his food. We have to screenshot all the ingredients, and yeah, it's a little scary when you see those little ones get yeah, so all of that stuff. So that's one I really appreciate and can't wait to go watch it. But guys, thank you again with the videos. Yes, definitely. And I know Els will do her shorts, but when you do those shorts, they hit just right. So I know when you're ready to do your videos. One of the things when I first started, and I would tell people, I say, do two 4-minute videos. Do 4 minutes here, 4 minutes there, and just put it in your camera, and that's it. So you want to get it over the 8 minutes for when the ads come. So I know I have some videos that will be able to do that. If you can, I've seen people who do just a really short video and they'll get thousands of views on it. I was like, wait a minute, I'm waiting for more. But they purposely do that, I guess, just to get the algorithm moving. There's some things I've learned about YouTube, and I'm just like, listen, I don't have that much time. I just want to enjoy the people, enjoy what I watch, what I listen to, and move forward. So, yeah, if I were to start a new channel, and I'm really contemplating it, some people have their faceless channels. You know, they have the faceless channels where it's just AI, right? There's some AI features that's out there. There's one AI channel that I actually like. There's this it's like a lady sitting on a porch, and she talks about all the old remedies. It just pops up, and I don't know the name of the channel. She's just talking about all these old remedies, and I'm like, who created this? And listen, it's a gem. That channel, I was like, they're spilling all the tea. They're telling you everything. They tell you what everything is for. And she was like, this is what we used back in the day. And she's like sitting on a porch, and the AI, the graphics, and everything is amazing. I don't know whose channel it is, but they are spilling the tea over there. Um, I don't know. It's just sometimes it just pops up, and I guess I'm subscribed to it. I can't remember the name, but and they're all shorts. The majority, they're all shorts. I think they're short. Yeah, they're shorts. So that was good. Yeah. Yes, for the algorithm. Yes, please, Els. Even if you're just sitting in your car, because the epiphany that I had, it was just like, ta-da! It was like, wait a minute, YouTube. So I did a video. At first, I named it YouTube Does Not Care. If YouTube does not care, should you? And I was like, oh, son of a gun. I could do a video and only get maybe 30 or 40 views, but I could be out there walking, pointing my cameras on some geese, and you'll give me 170 something views. And I'm like, wait a minute. YouTube doesn't care about all this aesthetics. YouTube doesn't care about all this other stuff. It cares that they're getting engagement, because that's what they're about. They're in the business of engagement, and they're going to push that stuff, and they want to see if it's recommended, right? And they want you to keep those 4,000 hours every 365. Why? Because they're not out here giving free money. If you look at it as a person, and YouTube is a person, and say, I'm not out here giving free money. What do you think? You're going to just come sit here and collect a check? You got to work for it. I'm here in the business of making money. And the idea is the algorithm. The idea is this. So what? If you want to be broken, or you talk about being broke, and you do, it does not care. Don't you see there are people, with the dough and the dash, she could be doing her stuff. The London, they can't find Dante, London, bridge falling down, them trying to find him, where him there, all kind of things going on. Lord, all kind of stuff is going on. You could ride the rhythm, the algorithm, if there's something that's happening, or some form of drama or mess that's happening. You could ride the algorithm for that, get a little popularity, but then that's not the basis of your channel. There's some of us who want to put good stuff out there. We want to put evergreen stuff, like, hey, you can always come back and listen to something that's going to motivate and inspire you, right? And so that's the idea. And when you start to think about it like that, because YouTube is like, okay, do your thing. Be consistent with it. If it's a motivational channel, it's a motivational channel. If it's a channel targeting nurses, target it, because it will tell you that you're all over the place. If you analyze your channel will tell you. that you're all over the place, and we don't even know where to send it. So if you think of you as YouTube as a person, or you're sitting in a boardroom, it will tell you, and then you're seeing it why it's working for some folks. But they're the folks like the rest of us who are eclectic. We just want to, we just want to share. We just want to do everything. We just want to talk to everybody. We just want to inspire everybody, right? But have fun with it. And so this morning, with me looking, I said to somebody, a hot mess out here. But the thing is this, I'm just like, you know what? I figured it out. The light bulb came on. The light bulb came on. YouTube is that person sitting over there. It's corporate. It's about that shmoney. It's about that, right? I need y'all to come in here. It's like, hey, I set up my business in a way that I need engagement. I set up my business in a way that what's popular, what's going to move the people are going to come, and then so are the advertisers. And that's how we're going to get paid, because we're going to have to pay our investors, pay everybody. So when you think of YouTube, we're thinking of ourselves, we're businesses, yeah, but think of them as a business and how they're deciding to run their show. We're not going to come over here and run their show. And if we have certain times of people, where's Nitya? Who's up in here? Yvette, hey. Hi guys, thank you. Yeah, I'm laying here looking up in the ceiling, and only every now and then I come back. Hold on, let's see who's here. Els is all up in the place. Els is like, girl, come back. Baby, come back. Mm. Fool will see I was wrong, and I just can't something live without you. I'm over here, Els, I'm over here singing Gladys Knight. YouTube got me messed up. Yeah, we want, yes, Els. Where's Nitya? Nitya, girl. I was up in here calling up your name. Listen, Nitya is, y'all. If anybody is gonna get an award for the most supportive, and she wants to see us all win, y'all better know lyrics by Nitya. Nitya will send me a text in a minute, Miss Sharon. I'm checking in on you. And I told you, Nitya, I was packing my bags, leaving on the midnight train to Georgia. I'm like, I'm leaving this YouTube thing. I'm leaving it to y'all. Oh my, Yvette Diamond, girl, I've been thinking about you. Thank you guys for coming in. Good to see y'all. Oh, my girls at where my girls at? They're all here. Yeah. No, Els, I'm telling you, YouTube got me messed up. YouTube got me messed up. I'm over here singing. Hold on, let me see what I'm doing. Oops, I'm over here singing. I'm over here like walking around with a do-rag on my head, not caring. I didn't care about a brand anymore. Yeah, Nitya is just like, listen, I told Nitya when it gets cold, I'm gonna be wearing her sweatshirt. We all over here, we're like, our money's gotta get right. Everything is, listen, everything was happening in life with this. And you know what, too, with YouTube, we're thinking, you know what? Let me get this little extra money so I can spend it. YouTube is making us work for every penny. YouTube got us working over here for every penny. They ain't giving you nothing for free. YouTube was like, oh, I'm a business man. YouTube got us singing, got us dancing. It's like the tick and the talk over there. I was like, I'm just too old for this stuff. I used to just go in the studio, crack the mic, and did my thing. YouTube got me over here. Yeah, they got us working like what's the one like that's working on the chain gang. Let me stop. I said no, I'm coughing. They got us working like we oh my God. Guys, I just figured it out. They got us working. I think I could have every song for how YouTube, you got me all messed up. Get me packing my bags, leaving. And now you got us working. They got us working for everything. I was like, well, I'm a content creator. How much did you make this month? I made $50. YouTube, listen, Nitya, YouTube got us messed up. But then what I found out about it, guys, I had a friend of mine. He said, Sharon, you're a registered nurse. I said, yeah. He said, what are you now, a content creator? I said, yeah. Oh, we gotta laugh at this stuff. Guys, I need to go to my bed. So my sleep schedule is off. And I took a nap and woke up around maybe 6:30. So I'm gonna be a hot mess tonight. I'm telling YouTube, you're giving me these hours. You got me working like I'm on the chain gang. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. Whew. else they got us. They got us. Else is like, I'm not in this with y'all. I'm just making my shorts. Oh my God. I don't know if anybody's on here, guys. I apologize. Oh my God. They got right, yeah, they got us up. I woke up again and my hours dropped. I was like, to heck with it. I'm like, I'm not looking at anything. I don't care. Then I saw on my playlist, cause Mr. He was watching. I put it on this thing. That's how I watch y'all on there. And I was like, is that a commercial? They playing with me. I said, oh, because they can play ads if you have over 100 subscribers, so they can do whatever they want. But they really playing with me. I was like, keep on the money, keep everything on the have. I'm leaving. I'm out. But I love my peeps on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys. I really love y'all. Cause I'm just like, oh, they're gonna give me my hours. All my life I had to fight. They got me over here like the color purple. All my life I have to fight for those watch hours. A woman is not safe in a house of men. Cause I gotta fight for them watch hours. That's how YouTube had me messed up, and that's why we broke up. YouTube had me twisted. All right. I am waiting, else. That is great. Okay, what you guys over here saying? Okay. I'm laughing at my own joke. Els endeavors. I'm going back to long form. Yes, Els, do it. Yes. Thanks for the laugh. Yeah, guys, I had to laugh at myself because I'm going to tell y'all, I had an attitude this morning. I was like, you know what? They can block my channel. They can take my channel down. Me not care what they want to say. Me, I'll go say, YouTube not care. So should I? And I put it up. I did. I had it. YouTube does not care. Should I? Right? And then I'm talking about, yeah, how to whatever. I said, they can shut me down if I don't want to. You know, I was real me out there walking. I said, look how me get up this morning, had my prayers, feeling good, and me have an attitude about YouTube. They don't care. I said, take down my channel, do whatever I want to do right now. This little 100 hours, every time they take the hours from me, 98 hours, then take it back. This hour, then take it back. See, now I'm talking all Jamaican now, because this is when a Jamaican is either we like you or we getting ticked off, and I'm getting ticked off right now. So them me say them can take them hours, stuff it down them throat, name them hours, and leave me alone. Yeah, I was getting like, I was having an attitude. And I was like, wait a minute, didn't I just pray and thank God for this new day and how he has blessed me? And I said, you too, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. So I'm walking down the street, y'all. got my do-rag on, got my hat on, and I'm talking to myself, acting like I'm on the phone because they're like, what's her problem? I said, this YouTube think man a foolishness. Yeah, think man a idiot. Right? Think man a idiot. Have me twisted and a gone all kind of ways. Take on a little hours and go about to no business and leave me alone, right? So that was my thing. And then we have to say, Lord have mercy. Wasn't I the one speaking in tongues this morning and praying? And I'm out here walking like a mad person. Oh, it got me messed up, y'all. YouTube had me messed up. Coming here looking all, No. I was like, let me get monetized so I can take some of these down because I'm at the point right now. That was it. And then I came to my senses and I said, this is what they want. I said, oh, if I that you want, like Shaba, if I loving you looking for you, buck up on the right one, right? Or I'll even Shaba all up in this. But if you're looking up on the right one, yeah, someone was like, all right, get them what they want. Give them what they want. That's what they want. They want live. I'm not worried about it. Just showed me like you could do your fancy editing. I need engagement. You were doing your nightly stuff. Keep doing what you're doing, right? Do I know what they want? Yes. Have I seen it? Yes. When I get to the point, and sometimes too, we need to be humbled. And I think for me, I've been humbled by the whole thing because what I originally wanted to do was just to do the videos and not really connect with anybody. I thought that I could just do it, leave, and go about my business and get the views. But what happened in this community, I started to meet so many amazing people that are so different and so interested. And even when I was going through all of that other stuff, every September, this is, very sensitive. We lost our mom between September 1st and the 2nd. That's a lot. What happened to my grandson was in, the July. So you just see that one thing after the other. But life will happen. We say, excuse my grammar, life be lifing. Life happens. It's not going to stop. But what are the things that are going to make it more bearable? What are the things that's going to add joy to your life? And so instead of me getting an attitude with, Mr. YouTube, I'm seeing it for what it is. Like they say, it is what it is. What's the joy? Where can I find the joy? Whether it's listening to a music, I can listen, relax with Mel, or I can listen to lyrics by Nitya. I can go over to Els and she'll do one of her shorts and she'll have some gospel music and I'll hear that gospel music, Els. I actually go looking for the songs. I was like, ooh, that did it. Ooh, let me listen to that 3-4 times. Let me go find the song for that. I go over there, snapback. Snapback is always keeping it moving. Lashana is over there keeping it real. People are over. I mean, people are doing such amazing things. Sometimes I go over to Chris and he's playing a game and he's talking to people and Fortnite and all that stuff I don't understand. And I just go from here and I go over there and somebody else will be giving the prayers. It's Marvella. She's doing her prayers and I'm like, oh, I'm blessed by that. And I go over to my girls, Wisdom Sparks, and she's over there with her beautiful voice, just keeping me keeping me calm and steady, and I'll turn it on. There's certain people I'll just turn on and I'll leave it in my home because I know it's blessings for me. All of those different things. And, it's just like, wow, let me enjoy it for what it is. And instead of being caught up, and before you know it, next thing, boom, they'll send the hours over. And I'm not going to argue with this man, this YouTube. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to do my thing. And so I don't have to be out there acting all cray cray. But guys, thank you all for setting in. Oh my gosh, I'm over here having a big old conversation and you're like, what is going on? Yeah, Yvette Diamond, how are you, darling? I've been thinking about you. I said, I got to come and see what's up with Yvette. Yeah, because so I had to take some time off, y'all. Because I was just like, This man, YouTube, had me all twisted up. Yeah, I got me over here speaking in tongues and talking about Shaba. Els got the Jamaican connection. Yeah, listen, life be life and things is just, and I think, the thing that we can do, the best thing that we can do is just to say, I love you anyway. Stay over there. I love you anywhere. Yes, I was busy with the summer. August, what we do and being intentional. One of the things I always knew when my children were younger, I always knew that vacation was always a big thing to us. Because, I used to work in the airline industry many, many moons ago. And my thing was like two things: we're going to be Christians and we're going to vacation once or twice a year. Those were my things. That's it. We going to do that. And so August is our vacation month. It has always been that. So vacation month is it's really important time for rest. Resting is good. Yes, I was thinking about break. I told you I was packing my bags to leave YouTube. I really was. I was just like, you know what? Enough of this. My brand is over here. Gonna take down some of those videos because that's not really my brand. I'll keep the super chat. They can keep doing what they have to do, and because I'm just gonna go more corporate, and my corporate space would really be LinkedIn. For the space that I move in. But there's some people who use Facebook and Instagram because I would say most of my people came from Clubhouse, um, Facebook. Some of the IG people will see me. IG people, they've seen me, but I connect more because I have communities on YouTube. And so, yeah, that's how the breakup was happening. Girl, I was scheming. Else, I was scheming. I was like, listen, I'm going to pack my bags. I'm going to pack my size 14 with a short haircut, probably a 16 now. I was like, listen, I'm packing my bags and I'm out of here. I'm going to wait until the middle of the night, really like Gladys getting on that midnight train to Georgia. Yep, I was going back to find. I even keep looking at Clubhouse. The club. Okay, they might even blacklist me for saying that, but I was even looking at it. I said, I'm going back to find. Yeah, a more simpler place and time. And then I go over there, and everything changed up, and I was like, man. I was like, man. Because most of that is in real time. It's live. So yes, I was really thinking about it and throwing in the towel. And then they kept frustrated me. This man YouTube start butter me. And Jamaican woman said, this man just a butter me, just a antagonize my brain. It's like a person, right? So yeah, that was it, really. Yeah, because too, I consume a lot of the stuff on here, and I don't get into the YouTube if there's drama, and I guess there's some around the place. And there are just some people like, yeah, yeah, but I just like to go and watch people's stuff, Els. I'm just like you. I go watch and I support and I move on. Yeah. Yeah, I came too far, right? Nitya was not gonna let me oh, Nitya, now you gonna have me sing another song. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Oh gosh, from Shabbat to that, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was over here. I'm going to have to use the email list for a few of you. That's right. Yeah. Y'all gotta just say, where these people at? And I know I have Wisdom's email. I just have to know which list. Because guys, I have thousands of I have thousands of people on my list. I have thousands of people. I was trying to make my list over 10,000. And I think I'm going to do that because there's some things, different direction that I'm going to do to build my list. At one point I had over, I think, 5,000, but sometimes you scrub the list because that's not all, the people. But I have a good, I think maybe 1,200 that's a really active list. But a good list would be over 10,000. Yeah, yeah, I don't have yeah, the drama thing. Yeah, man. Me know even the drama business because it's just too much. I'm gonna understand it. And also I want to know, what are these YouTube beefs? Are they really YouTube beefs that's happening? I don't even want to get into that. But I'm thankful and I'm grateful because God is good. He is awesome. He's worthy to be praised. I did a live some time ago. I say, whenever people you're feeling overwhelmed, and that's a reminder to me to just look up into the heavens, just look up the vastness of it all, that we control none of this stuff. We think that we got it going on. No, we came here, we saw all of this stuff, right? Time for quotes on Bob Marley, right? None of this can stop the time. None of this. We came and we saw this and we gonna leave it. Hello. We came, we saw it, and we're gonna leave it. Now, other people have other beliefs. I'm not gonna get into people's beliefs, right? Because they say if they might come back, they might come back. So them stay and do what they need to do. Listen, hey, I'm just knowing, and the more we live, the more we're saying, hey, while I'm here, what is the quality of life I want? I want a good quality of life. I want to be able to move around. I want to be able to think. I want to be able to speak. I want a good quality of life. What can I do right now to make that my best? What can I do to prolong having a healthy life? And so if it means I had to cut some people off and save me, if it means that, then that's fine, because that's going to add more years, or they said add more years to your life, but add more life to your years. And I was like, ooh, that is so good. I love that. We take care of us, take care of me and mine, me and my four, and whomever else, right? So once we start to take care of ourselves and cut off some of the other things, then we'll find it's more bearable. Then we find when we pray that we say, God, you control this. You are the head of my life. You can handle this. And so I leave it over there. When they say, take it to the altar and leave it there. And when you just think of physically that you have this heaviness, you have this burden, you have this thing on you. And if I could take my hands and say, God, I place it over here and I put my trust in you. Because right now, this is too heavy. This is too much for me to carry. But I trust you. I trust him in the middle of the night when I would pray over my grandbaby. I trust him when I looked at my daughter and her husband and know that they had to deal with that. I had no choice. I said, I have no choice but to trust God. There were some people who didn't know. Like I'm saying, there were people who you don't know what they're going through. And it's not like they don't want to talk to you, nothing. I was going through and I was still showing up. I had to have my assistant send out information to my clients, and I was very transparent with them. I wasn't looking for anybody to feel sorry for me. I'm just like, hey, this is what's happening. So, folks can know, like, this was really serious, which required me to be in a place and a space where I could just really fully be present and to show up. And so for me and all of that, sometimes there are those of us in our families, some people say you're the matriarch, because everything was like with my mom, but, she's no longer here. And so when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, all these different roles to play. A grandma, this, that, and this person and that. But then who's holding the space for me? Sometimes you have to look at yourself. You're carrying so much. Who is holding that space for you? So that you could breathe, so that you could just be. We look at it, we carry a lot. So I have no choice but to trust God and know that He will. And God will also send good people in your life. He will send good people. He'll send like a Nitya who will check in because, that's what God has given to her. That could be her anointing. And so for us, with good thoughts and good prayers, that God will strengthen her, that God will bless her. He will continue to bless the works of her hands, cover her and her family. And that's one of the things, too, about having a community here on YouTube, that when we pray, I will say, God, you know them by name and by number, meaning you knew their name, where they live, and that you will cover and guide and protect them, their loved ones, their children. My God. Oh, listen, from Shabbat to preaching, may I tell you, all kind of things are going up in here, right? He will bring new connections. Yes, El, he will do that. God is fully in control. He's fully in control. And I was listening, oh my gosh, this is a whole nother thing, but I was listening to this neuroscientists have these conversations, and they were talking about, near death experiences and those who have gone on. And she was just trying to clarify everything because, this doctor had this experience, and this person and this doctor, and everybody was a doctor, but they're regular people who have had those experiences. And when I say regular people, I mean people. I shouldn't just say regular, because sometimes, too, when things of the so-called supernatural, for those of us in the healthcare, we need to know how can you back that up? Do you have peer review? Do you have scientific literature to back up that statement? So all of that was going on. And then I'm listening to her, and I was like, girl, you need to go to church. Because if you're in the church, you will see, you would know, you would understand that when you pray and you ask for those things, as if they're not there, you don't see them, but you have faith. And most of us, the majority of the time, and even through this process, is understanding that our faith, you know, that to strengthen our faith, because it's easy to throw in the towel. Sometimes it feels like it's just easy that I'm going to just go back to the way things were. But like I said on a couple of my lives, it causes more chaos because you have outgrown that space. And we've experienced it, right? You know what? I'm not even going to be bothered with this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going back to the old ways of being and doing things. But it causes so much turmoil and chaos in our lives that, my God, and that's why it's important that we recognize the people who are really supportive, who are holding that space, even for just to check in. The accountability is huge. And so many times folks will think that they can't do something, that they cannot attain certain things. But I'm telling you, when you have accountability at a higher level, it makes all the difference. Accountability and integrity is huge. Like, I needed some information, and the person is pretty busy, and I sent her a text, but I had some of the information myself. And she's pretty busy. Like I said, I don't count people's money in a bank account, but she does pretty good. She's there. So she has a life and other responsibilities to take care of, and corporate clients and all of those things. And she picked up the phone and called me tonight. We had a good conversation for about 20 minutes or so. And to know that when you're able to move in places and spaces with people, that no matter how big, or whatever else is going on in their lives, they can find that time, not through an assistant, but just to pick up the phone and just to say, oh, yeah, when this is what we did and blah, blah, blah. That means a whole lot. So the accountability and the integrity of it all comes back full circle. And so that's one of the things about having an amazing community where we can respect and we can love each other. And if we don't see each other for a while, we want to find out and check in to see how you are doing, extend grace, say a prayer for them until they're ready to come out. Because you may not know why a person like me would say, you know what, I got all these other things going on and I'm just there. They're saying that when you're about to quit, that's when your breakthrough is supposed to happen. That's when you are on the verge of a breakthrough. Because you keep saying, I am going forward, but it's like, it's almost like life. This whole thing, when you get to the just the 4,000 hours, because I used to see a lot of people posting things like, I'm losing hours, like, what's happening? And for me, they're holding that, right? But I'm just using it because for me right now, I'm looking at it like life. I'm like, that's how life is. You know, that's how life is. You were saying, I thought that I was making all this progress. I'm moving forward, but yet I'm like 10 steps back. Like, it's just like people would say in life, I can't get a break. And I'm just using it as an example. It's not to get stuck on it, but when we really look at it, people say, I just can't get a break. So many things are happening. But God, you know, you know, and we say, I need a break. But they're saying that's what the darkest hour is when the dawn is coming. And I remember I saw a talk, and I think it was it Chuck Yeager? Was it the speed of, was it the speed of, he broke the, else or somebody can Google it. I think he broke, is it the sound barrier? Well, it was something that he broke through. And he said, it's when he was about to break through. That's when the airplane had the most shaking. It had the most shaking. So we have to think of life like that. There's something that's rooted, that's grounded, that before you get that breakthrough, that's when you had the most shaking. It's like that's when the most things will start to happen in your life. And when you quit just before that breakthrough, then when you get on the other side of it, you can say, oh, goodness gracious me. Because there's something on the other side of it. The shaking is uncomfortable. The shaking is uncomfortable in all aspects of our lives. But baby, when you get on the other side of it, then you will have a story. It makes your story more interesting. My God. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what this is all about. But he said, I heard the same, right when you're thinking about stopping or things are getting hectic, the breakthrough is near. And that is so true. And we are reminded, you know, we will find things in our lives that will remind us. Because the thing about it is this, we understand that God's will must be done. God's will must be done. And I'm living proof of it. Sometimes there's some things that you're supposed to do for yourself and you don't do it for yourself. And guess what? You end up doing it for somebody. You didn't finish that thing for yourself, but then you end up doing it for someone. Either you go work for somebody, you got hired, or you're a consultant. It does happen. There's a reason. Come on now, Els. She said, there's a reason why you are live right now. My God. And so sometimes God will make it He will make it plain. And sometimes, we'll get caught up into ourselves. Because if I'm just having that conversation and then I turn on my phone and other people could have been doing something else and they're listening and they're exchanging. Sometimes we take ourselves too seriously. Nancy Green just did a video. She said, Sharon, I was inspired by you. If you guys can check out Nancy Green's video, it's about 2 minutes and 34 seconds, something like that. And you guys have to see it yourself. She just did a video where we're taking ourselves to so serious. And she did a video and it had me bust out laughing. And sometimes we just need a good laugh because we take ourselves so serious, you know. I'm leaving, packing my bags, I'm out. See ya. Deuces. Deuces. Oh gosh. Oh, I tell you. I tell you, I was like, what's her name from Gone with the Wind? Because I can be dramatic. Else, I can be dramatic. What's her name? The main character from Gone with the Wind? And she was like, as long as I live, I will never be hungry again. And the music came in and Tara, which was I used to watch Gone with the Wind like you would not believe. Oh my God. Frankly, my dear. Yeah, I wanted to say that to you too. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a darn. Listen, I was playing all the parts. I was like, what's her name from Gone with the Wind? Els, you ever watch Gone with the Wind? I got real spiritual then all of a sudden. What's her name? Tara was the name of the estate. Yeah. But what was the name of the main character? And this is it too. Why? Laughter and humor is funny. I used to love Carol Burnett. I used to love Carol Burnett. And Carol Burnett did an episode where they did over, what was her name? Yeah. Carol Burnett did an episode of when, they were going through war. And this is about being resourceful and resilience. There's another history in this, right? And now they say, oh, she talking about Gone with the Wind. But listen, baby. and they used a curtain, and she used a curtain to make a dress. And then with Carol Burnett, she had something when she did the curtain, but it still had the rods sticking out. I mean, oh my God, it was funny. But sometimes too, we want to know that if we're leaving, we're going to be dramatic about it. Scarlett. Yes, Scarlett. Scarlett. I don't go near Scarlett. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a darn. You know what he said, right? To Scarlett. But Scarlett was like, see, Scarlett was something else. She, and two, Scarlett wanted what she knows she had no business having. Because I will talk, one day I'm going to talk about Scarlett. I'm going to talk about her because she was trying to get that woman's husband, right? And then friending up the woman to get our man. Now, what was his name? I know his real name in life was Leslie something, but you know the man that she was in love with. She want what she supposedly couldn't have. You see what I mean? So Scarlett was something else. But I was like, Scarlett, yeah. Els was like, I didn't know you. Okay, Els, let's get back to YouTube now. Els was like, I didn't know you were going to leave YouTube. Yes, darling, I was going to be like Scarlett. I was going to, yeah, she wanted the other woman's husband, right? I was going to be like Scarlett and Red Butler. Oh, Red Butler, yes. I was going to be Scarlett and Red Butler. I was playing both roles leaving. I was playing both roles leaving YouTube. Scarlett and Red Butler. I was over here one side, then I come over here, and then YouTube was Red Butler. Frankly, my dear, do you think when we are leaving, people on social media, I'm taking a break, I'm leaving, or they'll come under your comments and said, I'm leaving, I never want to talk to you. Why are you announcing it? YouTube is like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a darn. Because when you leave, 150,000 more people are going to sign up. So you just got to make a decision. Yeah, it was Red Butler. Lyrics by Nitya is like, yeah, Nitya, I was playing both ends up in here. I didn't care what was happening. Yep. And I was just like, oh, how am I going to tell Nitya, girl, I got 15 points and then they came back down with them hours and I have no idea what they're doing. I was just like, let me leave these people alone. And then I said, all right, that's it. Yeah, I was going to leave. And and YouTube said to me, in Jamaica they have a song that say, "Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you." We think that we're doing YouTube a favor. getting mad, slamming the door. We leaving. They're like, bye. Don't let the door hit you. And you know that's how life is at times, and that's how corporate is. It's brutal. I've learned so much from this. I think I could write a whole thing on it. I could write a one woman's play from this thing because we think that, exit, try to find what happened, what worked, what didn't. And then if it's for you, it's for you. If not, Lyrics by Nitya said, I am happy you changed your mind. Yeah, because they got me twisted. Els is like, oh Lord. Yeah, y'all got me. Yeah, YouTube got me all twisted. Yeah, quit my nursing job. I'm a content creator. They're like, what do you do? What do you do? I say, girl, I'm a content creator. One of my friends. That's why I love my family. We were talking about why family don't come on your YouTube channel. They could care less. I was just like, let's plug in and go watch that thing over there. Your family could care less. What do you do, my friend? She said, what you been doing? I said, yeah, I'm a content creator. She said, what? She said to me, isn't our family messed up? Else, our family and our friends are messed up, aren't they? What kind of content you making? I had another friend said, every time I see your face pop up on YouTube. And my question is this: you liking my videos? I spoke to another family member. He said, yeah, especially Jamaican family, Lord, Caribbean. Okay, all of us. Okay, all of our families. Let's just include our whole family. What you doing, Caribbean? They go, when them hiss them teeth and go, and stick out their lips. Kiss them teeth, We say kiss, but it's really hiss them teeth and go, yeah, what? Yeah, the what? Like Julie Mango, she just did something with Shan and her husband. Is it what a guy named Jamal or whatever? And she did the thing. And so, what do you do? He said, I'm a content creator. And she said, oh, you're worthless. That means before you go be lawyer and doctor. And it's true. Your family can be brutal. Like, oh my God, be nice. You are what? Content what? What that do? How much money y'all make from that? The first thing they want to know. Your family. Oh my God, I got to do a whole thing on that. Els Endeavor. Yeah, yes. Julie Mango is funny. Yeah, when he said, what your name? Jamal Jenkins. Jamal. What you do? Oh, I'm a content creator. You what list? Girl, before you go marry lawyer and doctor. Because, if anything creative in the arts, they not think say that's a job. Go be a nurse, a lawyer, a doctor, a accountant, a pilot. Go do something. But you're a content creator. Oh God, it's brutal. And so sometimes do we hope that we're not that brutal with our children? When one of my eldest, she decided in her junior year, she choosing her major, and she come and tell me, and she said, well, I'm not gonna be a lawyer. Real story. I said, you're not gonna be what? She said, no, I don't have no passion for it. I said, passion for what? I turned real Caribbean. Oh no, I don't want to be a lawyer. And it reminded me of the Cosby Show. You remember when one of the daughters says she I don't know if it was law school or medical school that she was going to, maybe law school. Who remember that? Who remember that episode of the Cosby Show? And I think it was a big daughter who said that I think she was not going to law school, and the child was going to Princeton. And the mother said, you owe me back every last penny. The mom said, you're not going to law school? You owe me every last penny. And the funny thing about it, the irony of all of that, my eldest was at an Ivy League school too, and then come home and tell me that I was worse than Claire. I think I lift up the roof. You know what? But from when you say from you're in little, you go to law school, but I don't have no passion. All of a sudden, listen to me, the life coach, passion no have nothing to do with it. Yeah, the one that was married to Alvin, a big daughter. I said, passion no have nothing to do with it. And that's why I used to like that show because it was so real. It was real life. I don't want to go to it's not my passion. Passion no have nothing to do with it. Because sometimes too vicariously we're living through our children. Oh God, that's a whole nother life there. And just let them live. Let them go live. And my biggest thing is always to my other daughter, yeah, well just make sure. And so sometimes too what we are telling our children, my God, well, you have to make sure that you can pay your rent, pay your insurance, pay your this, pay your that. And then I saw something really interesting, guys. And before we go, I want to say this. It was, let me see, any glasses here? I have to put on my glasses here. Something really interesting is this, right? Yeah, your family probably say it in French. How would they would say, what? You would say to your daughter, you don't want to do what? You don't want to? Not in this house. But one of I think the interesting thing, oh, what was I going to say? About us and trying to live through our children is just to, like I said, just to trust them enough to let them be. Oh yeah, I saw this and it makes so much sense. This person was speaking. They said we bought into a lie. We bought into a lie that when our children become 18 years old, we kick them out of the house, or you tell them to go get their own apartment, go get their own car, go get their own insurance, go get this and that, and hopefully, or just go on to college. And but when you look at all of that stuff, and nothing wrong with going on to school to get a higher education, but when we look at all of that, we're sending them out there to go create more bills for themselves. We want them to be resilient. We want them to be able to be resourceful, that they can take care of themselves. But there is something about the family component now that you have three different people, three different mortgages, three different bills, and so forth and so on. But the thing is, we will say is this: I can't live with nobody. I know y'all got to go out and figure out your own way. And so they're like out in the world just trying to also figure it out. What if you're able to have a home, maybe a three or four family, or and then but and you would hope that you could do that with your own children. But there's some people say it will never work, but for some it does, because it changes the trajectory financially. I saw it was somewhere here on YouTube where their family, they're grown people like in their 50s and I think even 60s. They built a huge, and it's not some people will say it's not a compound, but it's a beautiful house, like a big mansion. And they all have like their different entrances. It's like homes within the home itself, and they live on one plot of land, but the way that it's built, it's like a huge house and how it was designed. I'm hoping that I can find it. I found it here on YouTube actually. And they're all families, and they pay one mortgage, one, everything is all the same, and they live. I thought that was brilliant. But it takes special people to do it, right? In some communities, yes, there are different way. It's about how to sustain their wealth and so forth. So that was quite interesting. But with this that I saw, and it was a family of color, a black family, they had huge, this is one guy, and that was his dream, to have a huge house. But the way that they were designed and built, that everybody had their own private, they had their own private house within the house, how it was built. So maybe like different wings, but somehow they're able to get along, because some of our families, that will not work. you know intergenerational family living together and helping members to level up with the money. They say, yes, yes, yes. Come on, else, you know. Um, and I thought that was magnificent. And the conversations too that's being had about having a trust, having all of those things. And I'm like, but sometimes we get caught up in the I gotta work those 40 hours, right? And they're saying that we live in the eights, meaning you sleep for 8 hours, you work for 8 hours, and the other eight you have to figure out to take care of yourself. But then there are those of us who work for 12 hours, right? I could get up to get to work by 7 a.m. So that means I still have to get up like 5:15, shower, get ready to get to work to be there by 7 a.m. till 7:30 p.m. because they're not paying you for the half hour. By the time you get report and you get out of there, if you are lucky, if you work the ER and you don't have difficult patients, then you could probably get out by 7:45, something to 8. Then now you have to drive another 35, 40 minutes to get home, 8:40, then by 9 o'clock, and then you have to do it and start it all over again. So we are caught up in this system of living in the eights, right? And then you're spending all this money for the house that you really have time in, and then you only get 2 weeks off. Whose idea was that? Who came up with that idea? Okay, I have younger family members who finished college, have a good job, and a lot of debt. I know, isn't that something? One of the things, too, I found out when my girls were going off to college. My biggest thing was that they were going to get scholarships. Since they were little, I always said they were going to get scholarships. But the older they got, what I discovered was this, that I could not force them to take those because they would have been debt free. Debt free. They got some offers that they would even have money left over. But no, no, I want to go here, I want to go there. I said, all right. The grind is real for them. My friend said that she's paying for a house that she can't enjoy yet. Yes, and I have a friend like that. She had a house that she had two jobs, and she did not live in the house. She would go down maybe on the weekends because the house was further down and she wanted that life. So for many years, she worked two jobs just to pay for the house. Grace Maku, hey, good to see you. Grace, I saw you the other night. So, yeah, we get caught up in the grind. What if we could do it differently? When our families come to Thank you guys. Don't forget to double tap the screen. Thank you for listening in. We are RN2CEO, recognizing you need to nurture yourself and your business. We are having the Midnight Gem. Are we going on till midnight? Absolutely midnight. New York time is just 3 minutes before the hour of the midnight is coming our way. Oh yeah, we're talking about a lot of things here. And so when our family members would come to this country and they didn't have the banks, they had the Susu and the partner. Let me see who I'm rolling over here. We had Susu and partner, and all of that was going on, right? And that's how they were able to do things. Let me see who's this. Okay, yeah, I was rolling some stuff there from my other thing. It's Marvella. Um, yeah. So that's how we have to start looking at how we playlist. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we have to look at how we actually handle this thing because when you're so caught up, you get okay, there it goes. When you get so caught up, you get caught up in the system and you work 40 years, and then when you work 40 years, you're supposed to get a watch or something. Oh, Els, you heard the radio voice. It came in a little bit, right? Yeah, it kicked in. Grace, thank you. So we get caught up in, I gotta work 8 hours. I'm supposed to sleep 8 hours and I gotta figure out the rest of it. And then Jim Rohn was saying that you build your wealth in the part time. I'm sure, Els, you know about Jim Rohn, right? And it was like you build the wealth there. So by the time you get home, between the hours of 9 and 11 or 8 or 6 and 8, whatever they're trying to say, it's in the part time where you're figuring it out. Like, am I going to build my business or am I going to do something else? And so there's always, I think sometimes too, when we're thinking about, we have to have the backup plan because you come out and you get the college degrees, but then again, you have all of the student loans. And I never fell into that because I never felt that it made sense to me. So I paid it. Look, shoo. I went through college and I used that. Thank God for Discover. I paid that. And then whatever little tuition reimbursement I could get, I did that. So never had it. Never really had to have it because I think I tried early on and then it wasn't working out. And so when I went to nursing school, I took the money that I had, some of the money I had from the company. I had a little 401k and some other stuff that I had. And at the time, I took a little bit of it and I paid for nursing school. Yeah. At the time, nursing school was like $8,000. And there are ways, even now, if you look at it, there are ways that people can go to college without really getting into debt because there are ways that you can do the 2 year, your associate degree, right? If somebody were to come to me and say, now, how could I go to nursing school and not be in debt? I was like, baby, listen to this. See if you can get an associate RN. You get your associate, right? Then you start working for a facility that will give you tuition reimbursement. Maybe for 2 years, you work back for them, right? And so you get that and you go on to your BSN and you can even add your 4 year degree onto it, like your nurse practitioner and so forth. So there are ways that you can go around it and find out. And there are tons and tons and tons and tons of scholarships. It's just the time. Time ain't nothing but a magazine, right? So if you have the time to look for the things that you want, you could possibly, hey, Lucy, thanks for checking in. Grace and Lucy in the house. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm grinding right now, y'all, for these hours because yeah, YouTube and I broke up, Lucy. I was just like, I had enough of YouTube. I just can't with it. I just can't. I just can't. Heading out. Thanks for the live conversation, Sharon, Nitya, and everybody else in the chat. Glad you're back on. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. It's midnight. Everybody's gonna turn into a pumpkin. Remember, guys, I used to do night radio. I think what I'm going to do a marathon one night. One night. I am going to do a marathon. I'm going to do like how I used to do my radio show. And then you say, God bless you and keep you, everybody. Thank you. I got to keep doing this marathon until they decide the last 100 hours. They keep taking them. I needed 98 hours, and they probably took more. They definitely took more than that because every time I would go up, it came down, up, it came down, and it was just tons and tons of hours. So probably over 200 hours, I'm sure I lost because the minimum what I needed to make it, for some reason, I couldn't even get that for the month. And so the thing about it is when you are losing hours, thank you guys. I know you all have to go, many of you, but you understand what's happening here. So I appreciate you. So the thing is to outdo. It's just like, there needs to be a deficit. And right now there's a deficit of something. So they're saying if you're taking in less calories, If you're burning more than what you're taking in, then it will create a deficit. So definitely for me, I need to be creating more than what they are taking. But those other popular videos did have a lot of hours on them. I think I had something that had 70 something hours. So, that happens. Also, when you have if you privatize your videos, you're not getting those watch hours. If you unlist the hours, you lose some of those that you had gotten during a certain amount of time, especially the lives. You're not getting really much anything from your shorts, but your shorts can lead to your long form videos. And some things I've learned about that, how I'm going to learn to use that effectively. Uh, yeah, it's just so much knowledge, so many things. But I think for people who have the right niche and the algorithm, it'll work for them. So blessings, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for coming, Nitya. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you. You guys have been amazing. You allowed me to chat all night. And one night I just don't want to know how I can play music without getting a copyright strike. I want to know how I can play music without getting a copyright strike. Double tap the screen, guys, so I can get number 14. Maybe if I get 15 thumbs up, I can end this live. If you're just coming in, thank you. If you've already double tapped the screen, or maybe you've been here for a minute and you forgot, I just need one more. I'm on lucky number 13. Great. I'm on lucky number 13. But blessings, everybody. Thank you so much. Now it's time to say goodnight to all our family. Oh, that's Mickey Mouse. This has been some kind of live. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. All right, so Lucy, I gotta come on over and see what's up, Lucy. Grace, I saw Grace the other night. Yeah, I took off the summer, guys. That was it. Just too many things. Some new things have to get used to. So I gotta come over. Let me see. I think I just saw. Thank you, Grace. I appreciate you. Yeah, I saw Nasula. Nasula was on. Um, Nasula was on, I think, Lashana's channel. Yeah, I saw her, which was nice. Yeah, I'm getting back in the swing of things. There were some videos too of Lashana's that I listened to, but like I said, if I'm driving or doing something else, um, sometimes I can't really, but I will just get more where I can actually support and just definitely make sure that I'm supporting folks because you guys have been really supportive, especially the last 100 hours. That's what we're going to do. We're going to count it down. Thank you, Lyrics. I know you got to go, but thank you. This last 100 hours, but I say I'm not looking at anything again. I'm not looking at anything. I don't know. I'm probably going to need to look at something to set stuff up, uh, but then I should have the videos, and then if everything work out, you're going to see some new stuff coming in. You guys are going to see some new stuff. Yeah, I got to get some. I'm going to need some more space for my GoPro. I'm going to need more space for that. And if you guys look into the title of this, it will give you a hint. It will give you guys a hint. And you guys who have been following me can already, by the process of elimination, to figure out for what's going on. So what are your plans for your channel, guys? What are your plans? My plans right now, I said, you know what? Huh, I don't want to go viral looking a hot mess. So maybe I'll control my videos. Um, yeah, because people can be so mean too. People on social media, they can say all kind of crazy things. I don't know who this guy is who went into this young kid's live and saying derogatory things and racist and just mean stuff. And this kid did a research on that person. Man, I was even scared for him. No, the guy was like, "Oh, I'm going to your job. I'm reporting everything. And I'm going to make sure you lose your job. And when you're working somewhere over there at Amazon and the white light is on you, and because your back and your feet hurt because you're losing everything, folks, y'all be careful because people are not playing these days. They're like unhinged. Is that the word? They'll just say and oh gosh, that was just like something else. So people will go on and they're trolling and they're making all sorts of statements. They need to stop it. Just need to stop it. And we just all have to stay safe out there, guys. All right. So if you're with me and you're ready to shut it down, drop a 2 in the chat. If you're with me up until this point, I appreciate you. I know Liz Nasara is supporting too. Liz, I appreciate you when you come back and you see this. I got people all over who are supportive. My people in Kenya, in the Philippines, right here in the U.S., in the Caribbean too. Lyrics is here with me. Yes, we got to stay safe, and the Lord bless and keep each and every person. The live is going to go silent. So there are going to be those of you just looking at me, looking at you. But yeah, I'm considering coming back for our 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 night programs because there's some things that I'm going to be doing that may not allow me to come live every night. So I may either have a video that will be released or a premiere. That's the idea of that. If you think a premiere might be good, drop a 3 or something. I'm thinking about it if I don't have the lives. It might be a premiere, or we just do it the way that I used to do it. That if I'm not going to come on live, I will let folks know because remember, after we make the 4,000 hours, we still got to have to hustle and not wait till the last minute. So that's my hope that for those of you who are already fully monetized, that you're still cranking out your videos, maybe not at the rate you were before, but still cranking them out so that you can get the hours and not wait until the last minute. We still have to be consistent. So every year, every 365, there all right, so I'll consider doing that. All right, the Lord bless and keep each and every one of you. I really truly appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Check out the videos if you get a chance to watch them. More videos will be coming your way. Some of the lives, if you want to watch them, if you want to go on the playlist, you are all more than welcome to do so. I look forward to coming back and supporting. And like I say, Nick, yeah, I'm looking for one of the T-shirts. What is it? The T-shirts? I call it the the sweatshirt because in the fall coming up, I'm a sweatshirt wearing kind of gal. I will be wearing I will be wearing that sweatshirt because you can't be wearing scrubs even if I go in the office. I need something to keep me warm. Let's see. I can't see. Oh my goodness. It is. I think I was just doing 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm gonna land it quarter after the hour. So yeah. So we can look. Some of I haven't really turned on any of the stuff for my store. I haven't turned on any of the stuff, but I will do that so people can check it out. I will, I think. Well, the good thing about the store, I don't have to worry about sending anything out to anyone. That could be there and take care of itself. So to turn on the store is a good idea. And then I just have to make sure because the real interesting thing about the RN to CEO brand, there are two things that I do for my clients, and they're only done when they're clients. So it's not something that I sell, and they're like, "Oh my God, you give those to your clients?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't sell them." So that's the thing. But the different color of the brand, those are the ones I could do that with. But there are certain things that I don't sell, and they're gifted only when they become, you know, some of the high end stuff um, like that. And then it's up to you to know how your brand is. All right, it's about I think I have 15 seconds to go. Guys, thank you very much. It's been good. It's been great. I thank you for every minute that you spent with me. And I certainly look forward to seeing you on your channel. You guys were awesome. We're going to do this again. And yeah, some days you'll see my face, some days you won't. And it just may be like a podcast kind of thing. All right, everybody. Until next time, take care now. Love you all. Bye bye.